you know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be aggravated.
Being held for debt. He did not pay a debt because the money team is not real. That's not real. Francis Ngannou has a promotional team. Those aren't real. There's just people that will really let you tag into the back end because they're locked into an old school boxing business model, and you got to have the tax identification number.
In a recent exchange that has captivated the boxing community, Mike Tyson delivered a strong critique of Floyd Mayweather's $500 million debt, suggesting that Mayweather's lavish spending could lead to a financial downfall reminiscent of Tyson's own past experiences. Tyson, who famously squandered a fortune of over $300 million during his career, remarked on Mayweather's extravagant lifestyle, implying that such unchecked expenditures might not be sustainable in the long run.
You gotta save money, not spend money. I used to be a guy that spend money all the time. And then I said, oh shit, when I didn't have it, I wanted it, now I have it, I don't want this shit.
Mike Tyson, once the youngest heavyweight champion in history, amassed an estimated $400 to $685 million during his boxing career. However, by 2003, he filed for bankruptcy, citing debts of approximately $38 million.
However, as for the people who have gotten money just recently, they are seen spending millions on upgrading their lifestyle. And it's not a surprise that they end up losing all their wealth in the next few years. Mr. Mike Tyson, the former heavyweight champion, earned over $400 million throughout his career, but filed for bankruptcy in 2003. Tyson allowed others to control his finances, didn't review his bank statements, and overspent on things like cars, jewelries, and exotic animals. He admits that his financial illiteracy and trust in others led to most of his financial issues. Some of his most interesting purchases include $580,000 on a birthday party, $2 million on a golden bathtub. The choice is yours.
Tyson's lavish lifestyle included purchasing luxury homes, exotic pets like Bengal tigers, and extravagant gifts. He admitted to spending his last $1 million on rehab and even borrowing money to buy a mansion after leaving Las Vegas. Reflecting on his past, Tyson has become an advocate of financial literacy, emphasizing that handling money is an art and warning against the false sense of security wealth can bring.
Mike Tyson, that made tens of millions of dollars during his boxing career, and right after his career, when completely broke and bankrupt, quickly realized that he was making a mistake, still had some revenue streams, took that money, took his name, took his brand, turned it into different businesses, turned it into different assets, and is now making more money than he did when he had his boxing career.
Nice. What has the peaks and valleys of that allowed you to learn about money?
It was interesting. I didn't possessing it. I just was a young kid having fun.
What do you consider a lot of money to be?
I don't know, $1,000.
Oh, please.
You know, anything, anything.
Do these figures sound correct? Made around $400 million during your career?
I don't know, it could have been.
Yet end up spending more than you made, and at one point were like $50 million in debt?
Yeah, that was amazing too. But
how does that happen?
Just being reckless, young and foolish.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., known for his undefeated record and flamboyant lifestyle, has reportedly earned over $1 billion throughout his career. Dubbed Money Mayweather, he is often seen flaunting his wealth, from private jets to luxury cars. Despite his earnings, Mayweather has faced criticism for his spending habits and the nature of his exhibition fights, which some argue prioritize entertainment over genuine competition.
Did you believe that you would be the champ? Well, it's not just the champ. I'm the champ on the outside, too. I mean, to make over $1 billion, I didn't do it by myself. What I did was I surrounded myself with a great team, meaning you can't think you know it all. If it was a person that was strong in certain departments, I wouldn't have got the best person for that. What I believe in doing is surrounding myself with all smart people. That makes me that much more smarter, because once you surround yourself with a smart team, then it makes things that much easier.
What do you do with all this money? I mean, like, do you actually use it? I mean, are you using the cash?
And, you know, cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
How do you even get this much money? What do you do?
I work hard.
I know that. But like, do you go to the bank and say, I need all of it? I want all of the money in your bank.
No, that's not what you do. You order it. You can order it.
Oh, you can?
And when you order a certain amount, when you order millions of dollars, a Brinks truck comes to your home.
Wow.
Having experienced the perils of sudden wealth, Tyson has occasionally commented on Mayweather's financial decisions. In earlier interviews, Tyson seemed supportive, advising Mayweather to have a ball with his earnings. However, as Tyson embraced a more reflective outlook, he began cautioning against the dangers of unchecked spending and the illusion of invincibility that money can create.
Hey Mike, how you doing, man? What's up? Hey, professional party thrower Adrian Broner goes across the country, gets charged $10,000 a pop. He used to be a boxer. Would you ever do that? Like, would you want to come to my house and cut the turkey? How much would you charge to cut the turkey at my house on Thanksgiving?
30 cents.
30 cents? So you do it for free practically. Adrian Broner, you think that's a good career for like a boxer trying to promote himself as a party thrower? 10 grand?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hey, you have any advice for Mayweather? He's spending a lot of money right now.
Have a ball.
Enjoy it, huh? That's what you do. Hey, dude, you're a legend, man. It's good seeing you.
The narratives of Tyson and Mayweather underscore a recurring theme in professional boxing: the challenge of managing sudden wealth. Many fighters, after achieving fame and fortune, struggle with financial management, leading to bankruptcy or significant debt. Tyson's candid reflections serve as a cautionary tale, emphasizing the importance of financial education and prudent decision-making.
You know what money really is to me? Mike Tyson. Money is a false sense of security. Some people may think, I got the billion enough, I can't even die. You know? And it takes one mosquito bite or one bad night with a wrong lover, or just one shot with a bullet, and it's over. It's over before a flash in the eye. It's just life is this. You feel invincible with money.
Okay.
You feel like you can't even die. I always tell people this: if you think a lot of money is going to make you happy, you never had a lot of money. The purpose of the money for me is to enjoy it with people and be happy. No one's going to be happy spending all the money on themselves.
While rumors about Mayweather's financial status continue to circulate, it's essential to approach such claims with skepticism, especially in the absence of concrete evidence. What remains clear is the value of financial literacy and the lessons that can be gleaned from the experiences of boxing legends like Mike Tyson.
He's like the Floyd Mayweather of the MMA, the UFC.
I didn't know Conor McGregor was undefeated, but I didn't know that he had a reign in MMA for 20 years and undefeated, and was world champion in 5 different weight classes. That's something I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys telling me something new. If you say he's the Floyd Mayweather of the MMA.
Well, do you,
I mean, if you say he's the Floyd Mayweather of the MMA, I'm trying to find out. Have you ever made $300 million in one night? Have you ever made $100 million in one night? Have you ever made $70 million in one night? So, as far as trying to say that he's the Floyd Mayweather of MMA, I mean, it's okay to just to say it, but it's not true. I'm a legend, a living legend. You know, I gave just sport of boxing. I gave years and years of hard work. It was blood, sweat, and tears. I had a tremendous team. I had a tremendous run. I think that it's time for if Conor McGregor need to go out there and do what he do. But never compare Conor McGregor to me. That's a total disrespect.
Well,
I mean, once again, I'm an elephant. Elephant don't beef with ants. You know, elephant is so large you don't even see ants.
Mayweather's extravagant lifestyle is well documented. In February 2025, during the Super Bowl weekend in Las Vegas, he reportedly spent over $1.13 million on a luxury suite at Allegiant Stadium to watch the game. Additionally, he showcased his penchant for luxury by flaunting a watch collection valued at approximately $100 million. Such displays of wealth, while emblematic of his brand, have raised eyebrows regarding their long-term financial implications. In an ambitious move, Mayweather announced a $402 million deal to acquire 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. However, investigations revealed discrepancies in this claim. Property records did not indicate any transfer of ownership, and experts suggest that Mayweather may have only acquired a minority stake with options for future expansion. This revelation has led to questions about the transparency and authenticity of his business ventures.
If somebody right now in here hit the lottery, the first thing they're gonna say is give it all to me, because they don't know no better. Because rich and wealth is two different things. When you're rich for a short period of time. Rich is short term. Wealth is long term. You can have 100 million, but if you don't got no game plan, it's gonna be gone. So if I didn't know what I know now, they gave me $100 million young, I probably would off. But with a lot of time, a lot of experience, being around the right people, I knew about balance. I knew what I wanted in life. So even like when I get like Monday, I got a wire coming for another 20 million. But I don't get moved by the money no more.
Despite his substantial earnings, Mayweather has faced significant tax obligations. In early 2025, he disclosed paying over $18 million in taxes, a figure that underscores the financial responsibilities accompanying his income bracket. Such hefty tax bills, combined with his lavish expenditures, have fueled speculations about the sustainability of his wealth.
Well, there may be another reason Floyd Mayweather has agreed to fight Conor McGregor. ESPN reporting that Mayweather, get this, still has not paid his taxes for 2015. We don't know how much money Mayweather owes, but he's asking the IRS for a break. Until the fight, the end of August, Mayweather made about $220 million from his fight with Manny Pacquiao. That was back in 2015. He's expected to make about that much for the McGregor fight. Maybe he should have stayed retired and paid his taxes.
Yeah, paying taxes, usually that catches up with you if you don't do that.
Records indicate that Mayweather had unresolved tax liens from previous years, including a $7.2 million debt from 2010. In a petition to the U.S. tax court, Mayweather argued that while he possessed substantial assets, they were primarily illiquid, making immediate payment challenging. He sought to defer payment until after his 2017 fight with Conor McGregor, anticipating that the earnings would cover his tax obligations.
Well, it turns out that the rumors were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp, while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai, stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.
In one of his podcast episodes, Joe Rogan highlighted the stark differences between Tyson and Mayweather. He remarked, "The difference between Floyd and Mike Tyson is Floyd's a 155 pounds, Mike Tyson's 220 pounds, solid as a rock. This underscores Tyson's formidable physical presence compared to Mayweather's lighter frame. While Tyson was renowned for his explosive knockout power and aggressive style, Mayweather built his legacy on unparalleled defensive skills and ring IQ. Rogan acknowledged this by stating, "If you want to say who's the best boxer of all time, I always say Floyd because he got hit less than anybody. And that's the whole thing."
You know,
Floyd's power is nowhere near Mike Tyson's power.
Nowhere near. But I was just saying that Floyd has been pretty active, like as a boxer.
Yeah,
He'd fought Pacquiao recently, you know.
Went to Japan and fought.
Yeah, I mean, he fought the Japanese kickboxer guy, Nazukawa Tenshin. He fought, he was fighting guys like Conor McGregor that we knew Floyd was going to beat them, but he was still active.
Right.
With Mike Tyson, Mike hadn't been active forever. Forever.
He was getting fat for a minute.
Yep, he got real fat.
And he was smoking weed.
The relationship between Mayweather and Tyson has been marked by both admiration and discord. Their feud reportedly began in 2001, when Tyson's Las Vegas home was raided by police following allegations of sexual assault. Tyson suspected that Mayweather had instigated the raid, a claim he later reflected upon in his book stating, "I'm good with it now." Despite their past differences, Mayweather's public defense of Tyson in 2013 signaled a thawing of tensions and a recognition of Tyson's enduring legacy in the sport. In a notable moment during a 2013 live interview on Fox Sports, Floyd Mayweather Jr. offered a heartfelt defense of fellow boxing legend Mike Tyson, despite their historically strained relationship. This gesture highlighted a mutual respect between the two icons, transcending past tensions. During the interview, Mayweather acknowledged Tyson's significant influence on his own career, stating, "I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. He's a legendary champion." He further emphasized that Tyson should not be judged for his life choices, adding, "He's lived his life the way he's wanted to live his life. No one can say what they would have done if they were in his shoes."
Can I ask you about Mike Tyson? Because he was on this show just last week, and at the moment he's currently being profiled, as you'll know, on the channel Being Mike Tyson. That airs tonight as well. But on the show last week, he was talking about the fact that you're probably the last of these box office stars. You know, young guys are looking to the UFC fighters as opposed to traditional boxers, but you're probably the last of those box office stars. What do you say to that?
Well, I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live his life. No one can say what they would have done if they were in his shoes. Boxing will live on. You know, it's the Mayweather era. Not just myself, but the Mayweather brand. You know, I have my own style, and what I made cool about boxing is not taking punishment.
Tyson has acknowledged Mayweather's exceptional defensive skills and ring intelligence. He once remarked, "If I was his size in the ring, he would outpoint me," highlighting Mayweather's technical prowess. However, Tyson also emphasized the importance of taking risks in boxing, suggesting that Mayweather's cautious approach might not resonate with all fans. Despite their differences, Tyson respects Mayweather's dedication to the sport. He has noted Mayweather's consistent training habits, even describing him as a gym rat who maintained his regimen regardless of external circumstances.
We're different people. I like, what are you talking about? Why did you gotta get involved? He can say it. Why are you involved? All right, listen, as I'm saying, we're different people. So Floyd likes he likes glam, he's very glamorous, and this is what he liked, and I was very savage. I wasn't that savage, dark, malevolent aura. You know, I was just never the fly, slick, black fighter. You know, I was just very serious, and I was just very hard and mean. I didn't like the slickness. It was all about hurting and pain.
Being Mike Tyson premieres September 22nd on Fox, with new episodes Tuesdays on Fox Sports 1.
He never really had a boxing match in his life, right? He didn't have a boxing match, right? He went 10 rounds with the greatest fighter in the last 100 years of boxing.
No, Connor's a beast. Connor's a beast.
Think about, no. You're not listening to me. You don't understand what I'm saying. He went 10 rounds, scored punches on the greatest fighter in the last 100 years. Did he do something? Did he accomplish something? A star? See, people ain't looking. People just want to see the black guy beat the white guy. They just want to see it. But look what he had to fight against. And look what he did when he fought against it.
Tyson has been critical of Mayweather's claims of being the greatest boxer of all time. He argued that true greatness involves more than just an undefeated record, emphasizing the importance of public admiration and cultural impact. Tyson pointed out that legends like Muhammad Ali were celebrated not only for their skills, but also for their connection with the public.
What lessons do you think Pacquiao and Mayweather could learn from you in terms of life away from the ring?
Well, Floyd seemed to be going through some stuff like me right now, you know, like realizing no one's his friend and everybody's probably, even though I even hate to say it, because maybe everybody's kind of a little jealous of him, you know, because he is Floyd Mayweather. I know these other guys got their money, but this guy is the champ of the world. You know, it's hard to compete with that. So he's pretty big on those scales as far as on the celebrity scale. So he's gonna realize what life is all about and what friends are all about, and realize that we only have a few of them, and sometimes they're the only ones we got. They may not be the ones we want, but they're the ones we have. You know, sometimes we want to have glorious, glamorous friends, but they don't want to be our friends. So sometimes we have to deal with the hand that we were dealt with and accept the friends that we have.
Additionally, some observers argue that Mayweather's constant flaunting of wealth, especially during times of economic hardship for many, can be perceived as insensitive. For instance, his social media posts, showcasing private jets and stacks of cash, have been met with backlash, with fans labeling him as insecure and suggesting he still craves validation. Such criticisms highlight the fine line between confidence and perceived arrogance, especially when public figures display their affluence amidst widespread financial struggles.
People are entitled to judge me for what they hearsay.
Okay.
Making assumptions. Just because I never came out and said, "Oh, let me explain," I don't have to explain that to nobody. Only people that I feel like I have to explain something to is my children and my relation, and because at the end of the day, only God can judge me.
Let's go back to where it all started. You grew up in Grand Rapids,
yes,
Michigan. Your father was a fighter. Your uncle was a fighter.
Both uncles.
Both uncles were fighters. So it was almost like you was like destined. It was predetermined. You were ordained to be a fighter.
Yes. That's all I knew.
What are your thoughts on this exchange between Tyson and Mayweather? Do you believe Tyson's warning is justified, or is Mayweather's financial strategy sound? Share your opinions in the comments below.